Praise Jesus. Today we are going to talk about forgiveness. There is a tendency of running away from God every time we sin. We feel like we have disappointed God, failed Him, and every time we come into prayer, we don't feel that confidence. We feel that He may condemn us and even judge us, and so we are trying to hide and run away from Him. Some have gone extreme even into drinking and running into the things of the world. Remember the story in the Garden of Eden. When man first sinned, he understood that he was naked. He discovered that he was naked, and he started hiding because he felt the shame, and he felt that it was dreadful to stand before a God that had given him a law: do not do this and this. And so he hid from God. But now the good news is that God sent His only begotten Son, Jesus Christ, into the world. But when Jesus comes to seek those who have sinned, He finds you hiding and trying to justify yourself and running away from Him that can save. So you are hiding and Jesus is seeking. So we call it hide and seek. So in other words, we are giving God a hard time. He is not looking at our sin. How do I know He's not looking at our sin? When God came into the Garden of Eden and called unto man and understood that they had fallen short, I see a God that covered their shame, a God that ensured that they had clothing. And so Him that was offended was seen, showing mercy and grace and love unto them that had offended Him. There are two things that happen when you offend someone. He has the right to release you, and He has the right to imprison you. But in this time we are living in, at the revelation of Jesus Christ, we understand God is exercising the right of giving you freedom, forgiveness, love, and that which you do not deserve, which we call grace. So the enemy is a good preacher of what you have not done, of your past, of your failures, of your misdeeds. But God is saying, I have come that you may have life and have it indeed. As cold water to a weary soul, so is good news in a far land. That is what the Bible says. Jesus has come to seek and to save the lost, to cover your shame. But every time you sin and run away from God, where do we go? Where do we run? Away from Jesus, there is no redemption. In fact, running away after you have offended someone proves that you are really guilty. But once you have sinned and you come and bow and acknowledge sin, as David would always do, this is a clear indication of humility. So bowing down and acknowledging I am a sinner and no one but you can redeem is true evidence that you humble under the love of God, and Jesus is your only redemption. So today the message is forgiveness of sin. Jesus has come to reconcile us back to God. Come out of your caves. Come out of your hiding place. Come out of the places of discouragement, bitterness, the places where you ran because you felt that you do not meet the standard. Don't you understand? Why do you lack knowledge? Don't you understand? Jesus came to cover the shame. Jesus came to cancel the debt. Jesus came to remove that which was contrary to love, that you may be united to love, and the wall of separation may be broken, that you may be a friend of God, and that you may be eternally saved and redeemed from that which was taking you away from the love of God. So be blessed as you allow God to be your love. Let the love abide in you. Forgiveness of sins gives you a confidence every time you come to pray. The Bible is simply saying, every time you are weak, every time you are weary, it's a moment to call on the Lord. It's a moment to acknowledge that Jesus is so near to redeem, to help, to empower me. So forgiveness of sins was to assure us that we are closer and closer to God, that we may worship Him that loved us. Be blessed the Jesus way.